Welcome to yet another video in the series where we look at the protection of children's data. Children's data is something that requires an extra degree of care. It's almost like money in the bank, but even precious than that. We need to be really vigilant and focused on ensuring that data is safe from either a bad actor or loss. There are 5 top security measures you can employ. Now, I've already referred to one, advanced threat protection, in a previous video. That deserved a video all of its own, simply because it's the one that requires particular focus in this AI world. If you want to know more about that, please refer to the previous video. If you want to know more about that, please reach out and ask me. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to the other 4. The next in that list with advanced protection is 1. The second is auditing. Now, it sounds pretty dry, but it's pretty important. How well are you protecting? How good are your systems? Are there any things that are missing or not there that should have been implemented or haven't been implemented well enough? Well, auditing will cover that. You know enough about auditing as administrators of organizations anyway. I don't need to sort of press the point or go into detail, just to ensure that a set of auditing practices or procedures are in place. All right. The third measure that you might like to employ, and you should really employ, is data encryption. Now, data encryption is something we've been doing for the last 20 years in my organizations anyway, where we've handled membership systems, encrypting data. The only thing is that the encryption of data needs to be at a higher level now than it was before. Again, because we're in an AI world where the speed of cracking of encryptions is getting ever faster. Computers are doing it at the behest of a few questions through prompts. So, data encryption at a high level, so that needs to be looked at. The next in this top 5 is looking at backup and recovery. Now, that's something, again, we've been doing for years, and it should continue. If the database is lost, is there a backup? Is it safe? And the answer should always be yes, and you need to test those. You need to be able to test those systems to see whether a backup actually can recover. Still part of business continuity, but really the focus here is the safety of children's data. So if it's backed up, it needs to be safe from prying eyes. Not just simply in a corner where anyone can see it. It requires an extra bit of security because of the nature of the contents of that database. The next that we can look at, and the one that I think that is a great idea, is the zero risk policy. All right, it's the whole notion of zero trust. Zero risk, zero trust. Now, zero trust is that you have every person who comes into your system having to validate and authenticate. Everyone. There are no friends. There are no, oh, she'll be right. You can use my username and password. No, can't happen that way. Everyone is responsible for their username and password. That's why the 2-factor authentication is in place. I'm sure you've had situations where someone said, oh, I can just use my email. And then it says, oh, we've sent a note through to, or a code through to your phone. But it's another person has that. Makes it incredibly difficult to get in. Okay. We've got to make it difficult because children's data is involved. Anyway, there are the 5. Just to go through them again, we have advanced threat protection, we have auditing, we have data encryption, we have backup and recovery, And finally, we have the zero trust model. If you want to know more about those and the way you can implement them in your systems, please send me an email, reach out, put a message on the website, and we'll be in touch and we'll continue our chat. So until then, thanks for watching, and bye for now. See you in the next one.